Good morning, children.
Good morning, ma'am.
Children, do you remember what are the programs last year we celebrated in our school? Yes, in the beginning, investor ceremony up to award day. That is the annual academic recognition day. Do you remember National Voters Day program? In that program, in how many program do you participated?
I have participated in slogan writing and Rangoli, ma'am.
Good.
I participated in drawing, ma'am.
Participated in speech, ma'am.
Ma'am, drawing. Ma'am, Rangoli.
Very good. Okay, students. Let's watch this video clipping. Yeah. National Voters Day. In order to encourage more young voters to take part in political process, Government of India has decided to celebrate January 25th every year as National Voters Day. It has been started from 26th of January 2011 to mark Commission's Foundation Day. 25th of January 2019 நம்ம ஸ்கூல்ல நேஷனல் வோட்டர்ஸ் டே ப்ரோக்ராம் நடைபெற்றது. அப்போ பலதரப்பட்ட நிகழ்ச்சிகள் இருந்தது. ஸ்பீச், ஸ்கிட், பப்பட் ஷோ, அவேர்னஸ் ஆஃப் voting ரைட்ஸ் ப்ரோக்ராம்ஸ். அது மட்டுமல்ல, காம்படிஷன்ஸ் லைக் ஸ்லோகன் ரைட்டிங், பெயிண்டிங், டிராயிங், ரங்கோலி எல்லாம் நம்ம பிரின்சிபல் சிஸ்டர் குளோரியா அவங்களுடைய தலைமையில் மிக சிறப்பாக நடைபெற்றது. நம்ம ஸ்கூல் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் சூப்பராக பார்ட்டிசிபேட் பண்ணியிருந்தாங்க. எஸ், திஸ் வீடியோ recall as voting rights and awareness of voting rights. Yes, students are the pillars of future society. So, we all must know the importance of electing and voting. Our district collector, Mr. K.S. Kandasamy, gave awareness activity program to our students. Voters Day awareness program in schools. Slogan writing and drawing did and kept in front of houses. இந்த செயல் பொதுமக்களின் கண் பார்வைக்கு கொண்டு சென்றது. இதன் மூலமாக வீட்டில் உள்ளவர்களுக்கும் பொதுமக்களுக்கும் அவேர்னஸ் ஆஃப் voting rights கொடுத்தார். And also mini marathon for school students, and he also participated in the marathon. He also took many steps to get 100% voting in election. Voting rights and awareness of voting rights is important. Students, do you remember last year 2019 which election took place?
Ma'am, Lok Sabha election, ma'am.
Yes, very good. Lok Sabha election 2019. ஊரக உள்ளாட்சி தேர்தல் நடைபெற்றது. Okay, my dear children. In today's class, we are going to know about state government or state government. Children, MLAs are representative of the people. He is one among us. He is the member of Legislative Assembly.
What is Legislative Assembly? Will you explain in detail, ma'am?
Sure. Look at this picture.
Where is that building? fort, ma'am.
Yes, you are correct. It is a fort in Chennai, first English fortress in India. The fort currently houses the Tamil Nadu Legislative Assembly and Secretariat of Tamil Nadu. Legislative Assembly has the lower house where all the MLAs meet to discuss various matters related to the welfare of the state.
Ma'am, who will be there in the Legislative Assembly?
India has separate system of administration for the union, states and union territories. Do you know how many states and union territories are there in India?
Shall I tell, ma'am?
Yes.
29 states and 7 union territories, including our capital territory, Delhi. Am I right, ma'am?
Exactly. You are correct. There are 29 states and 7 union territories. There are 29 states and 7 union territories are there in India. As I said already, power is divided between two sets of governments. One at the central in Delhi and separate governments for all the states. This is called as federal system.
India is a parliamentary democratic republic where the President of India is the head of Indian Union and the Prime Minister and all the ministers are responsible for smooth running of the government. This is called central government.
Ma'am, did we have a separate government for states, ma'am?
Yes, all the states and union territories have separate governments to run its own administration. Governor, Chief Minister and all the ministers constitute the government. The member of the parliament is called MP. Whereas the member of the legislative assembly is called MLA. Both central and state government work according to our constitution.
Who appoints the MLA, ma'am?
No child, MLAs are not appointed. They are elected by the people through general election. In the previous lesson, we have studied about the political parties. Do you remember? These political parties play a vital role in election.
For election, the entire state is divided into several constituencies, that means தொகுதிகள், on the basis of the population. Political parties nominate their candidates to each constituency. All the people residing in that constituency who has completed 18 years of age cast their vote. The candidate who gets the more number of votes is declared as elected and becomes MLA. The Election Commission of India conducts and monitors the election. After the election, the party which gets the more number of MLAs is declared as the majority party. The governor calls the leader of the majority party to form the state government. In simple words, a party whose MLAs has won more than half the number of constituencies in the state are called ruling party and forms the government. and the party which gets the total number of seats next to the majority party acts as an opposition party in the legislative. An opposition party in the legislature. But all the MLAs of other political parties who do not belong to the ruling party are called opposition party. அதாவது 18 வயது நிறைவடைந்த வாக்காளர்கள் தங்கள் வாக்குகளை தங்களுக்கு பிடித்த வேட்பாளருக்கு அளிக்கின்றனர். அதிக எண்ணிக்கையில் வாக்குகள் பெறும் வேட்பாளரே வெற்றி பெறுகிறார். அவ்வாறு வெற்றி பெற்றவரையே சட்டமன்ற உறுப்பினராக தேர்ந்தெடுக்கின்றோம். தேர்தல்களை நடத்துவதும் அவற்றை கண்காணிப்பதும் இந்திய தேர்தல் ஆணையத்தின் பணியாகும். தேர்தல் முடிவுகளுக்கு பின்னர் எந்த கட்சியில் அதிக எண்ணிக்கையில் சட்டமன்ற உறுப்பினர்கள் தேர்ந்தெடுக்கப்படுகிறார்களோ அந்த கட்சியே பெரும்பான்மை கட்சியாக உருவாகிறது. ஆளுநர் அந்த பெரும்பான்மை உறுப்பினர்களை கொண்ட கட்சியின் தலைவரை அழைத்து மாநில அரசாங்கத்தை அமைக்குமாறு அழைப்பு விடுவார். பாதிக்கு மேல் உள்ள தொகுதிகளில் அதிக எண்ணிக்கையில் வெற்றி பெறும் சட்டமன்ற உறுப்பினர்களையை கொண்ட பெரும்பான்மை கட்சியே மாநிலத்தின் ஆளும் கட்சியாக உருவாகிறது. பெரும்பான்மை கட்சிக்கு அடுத்த நிலையில் எந்த கட்சியில் அதிக உறுப்பினர்கள் உள்ளனரோ அவர்களை கொண்டு சட்டமன்ற பிரதான எதிர்க்கட்சி உருவாகிறது. ஆளும் கட்சியை சேராத வேறு பல கட்சிகளை சார்ந்த சட்டமன்ற உறுப்பினர்கள் எதிர்க்கட்சியினர் என அழைக்கப்படுவர்.
It's very interesting to hear, ma'am. Who are all included in the state government?
The governor, the chief minister, council of ministers. The governor is appointed by the president of India for the term of 5 years. The leader of the majority party is appointed as the chief minister by the governor. The chief minister is consultation with the governor, constitutes a cabinet which includes member of his party as ministers. The term of the office is 5 years.
Ma'am, shall I become the governor or chief minister?
Why not, my child? That is very simple. To become a governor, you should be the citizen of India and should have completed 35 years of age. And should have sound mind and should not hold any public office of profit. To become a chief minister, you should have complete 25 years of age. And should be an MLA or in case of an MLC, you should have completed 30 years of age.
Ma'am, who is an MLC? I never heard, ma'am.
Usually, a state legislative has two houses, upper house and lower house.
This is called bicameral legislature. Upper house is called Legislative Council. The members are called MLCs and they are not elected directly by the people. The lower house is called Legislative Assembly. The members are called MLAs As I said earlier, they are directly elected by the people. In India, some of the states have two houses in their state legislature. But in Tamil Nadu, we have lower house only. This is called unicameral legislature. சட்டமன்ற உறுப்பினர்கள் மக்களால் நேரடியாக தேர்ந்தெடுக்கப்படுகின்றனர். நம் தமிழ்நாட்டில் கீழவை மட்டுமே உள்ளது.
Ma'am, now can you please tell me the power and functions of Governor and Chief Minister?
Sure. The governor is an integral part of
The state legislature. Governor is the head of state executive and he has enormous powers. ஆளுநர் மாநில நிர்வாகத்துறையின் தலைவராகவும் மகத்தான அதிகாரங்களை உடையவராகவும் திகழ்கிறார். மாநில அரசாங்கத்தின் அனைத்து நிர்வாகத்துறை நடவடிக்கைகளும் ஆளுநரின் பெயரால் நடைபெறுகின்றன. He is the Chancellor of Government Universities in the state. All bills become law only after his assent. He appoints important officials of the state government such as Advocate General, Chairman and members of State Public Service Commission, State Election Commissioner, Vice Chancellor of State Universities, etc.
the chief minister is the real executive head of the state administration.
He allocates the portfolios among the ministers. மாநில நிர்வாகத்துறையின் உண்மையான தலைவராக முதலமைச்சர் செயல்படுகிறார். முதலமைச்சர் தனது அமைச்சர்களுக்கு இலாக்காக்களை ஒதுக்கீடு செய்கிறார். The Council of Ministers are collectively responsible to the state legislature. All the ministers work as a team under the chief minister. The chief minister formulates program and policies for the welfare of the people of the state. The Council of Ministers is collectively responsible to the Legislative Assembly of the state. The three main organs of government are the legislative, executive, and judiciary. The legislative branch make laws. சட்டமன்றம் சட்டங்களை இயற்றுகிறது. The executive branch enforce the laws. நிர்வாகத்துறை சட்டங்களை செயல்படுத்துகிறது. And the judiciary interprets the laws. சட்டங்களை நிலைநாட்டுகிறது.
Judiciary. Are you saying about courts, ma'am?
Yes, the high courts are the highest judicial organ at the state level.
It is an independent body. As per the constitution, there shall be a high court in each state. The state high court consists of a chief justice and other judges. The number of judges in the high court is not uniform and fixed. President appoints the chief justice and can hold the office until the completes the age of 62. Apart from the high court, there are district courts and tribunals. They ensure justice to the people without any bias. Apart from this, family courts are established to settle the disputes relating to marriages and family affairs. Lok Adult People's Court also have been established by the government of India to settle dispute through conciliation and compromise. அதாவது குடும்ப நல நீதிமன்றங்கள் அவை திருமணம் குடும்பம் தொடர்பான எழும் சண்டை சச்சரவுகளை தீர்த்து வைக்கின்றன. Dear children, what is state government? A state government is the government of a country, subdivision in a federal form of government, which shares political power with the federal or national government. A state government may have some level of political autonomy or be subject to the direct control of the federal government.
This topic is very interesting to hear. Thank you, ma'am.
Summary of this lesson. India is divided into 29 states and 7 union territories. Each state has a legislative assembly. State executive comprises the governor and the chief minister with his council of ministers. The head of the state is the governor and he is appointed by the president for a period of 5 years. He is an integral part of the state legislature. The real executive power in a state in India vests with the chief minister. The leader of the majority party is appointed as chief minister. The chief minister and the council of ministers are collectively responsible to the state legislature. The high courts and the highest judicial organ at the state level, state high courts, have jurisdiction over the whole state.
Thank you for listening, me children.